It started with a gamble. Two brothers, one steam carriage, and everything they owned on the line. Success wasn't promised, but they refused to back down. That gamble paid off in surprising fashion, a bus that ran 1,000,000 miles, but mastering park roads only fueled a bolder ambition. Their next test came in Europe's mud and shellfire. Those early buses evolved into Bulldogs, the only trucks that wouldn't quit under fire. When everything else stalled, British soldiers shouted, "Send in the Mack Bulldogs." Their grit on the battlefield echoed back home. Decades spent hauling steel cemented Mack's Bulldog legacy. Today, its silent electric giants carry that same tenacity. Now let's rewind to where it all began. Brooklyn, 1890. Step into a cramped Brooklyn workshop in 1890. The clatter of hooves on cobblestones mixes with the clang of metal as two brothers tinker with steam engines. This is where Mack Trucks began, not with fanfare, but with the quiet determination of Jack and Gus Mack repairing carriages. Jack had worked with steam engines everywhere from ships to the Panama Canal, while Gus knew wagons inside out from their family's Scranton shop. In 1893, during the worst economic depression in decades, the brothers took a huge risk, buying out their employees' failing carriage business. Orders were scarce, but their repair work built something priceless, a reputation for quality. Early experiments were frustrating, steam and electric motorcars that failed and prototypes abandoned in New York's East River. Yet these setbacks laid the groundwork for their resilience. Everything changed in 1902 when Jack Mack took a ride in a neighbor's Winton automobile. That gasoline engine revealed the future wasn't in wagons, it was in motorized transport. 2 years earlier, they had already built a 40-horsepower bus that carried 20 passengers through Brooklyn's Prospect Park. It ran for 8 years, racking up over 1,000,000 miles before being converted into a truck. That durability became Mack's signature. By 1900, they had officially incorporated, and by 1905, outgrown Brooklyn. Another Mack brother, Joseph, tipped them off about an empty foundry in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Jack made a bone-shaking 14-hour drive to see it and immediately moved their operations. Their new Mack Brothers Motor Car Company began producing buses and trucks with a unique approach, building every major component themselves. Engines, transmissions, and more were engineered in-house, ensuring unmatched reliability. Gus Mack's transmission design solved a major problem for early truck operators. While most manufacturers used crash-prone gearboxes, his constant mesh design protected the gears, allowing even inexperienced drivers to handle heavy vehicles. Their first trucks hauled 5 tons of cargo, with exposed cabs perched over the engine. By 1909, they expanded to smaller 1.5-ton models, all branded under the Manhattan name. The numbers tell the story. Between 1900 and 1910, America went from 0 trucks to about 5,000 nationwide. Mack helped pioneer that transition by solving practical problems, like Gus's indestructible transmission. Their vehicles moved everything from dairy products to firefighting gear, proving that motorized transport could handle serious work. That first bus established a slogan that stuck. The first Mack was a bus, and the first bus was a Mack. Mack's rugged, purpose-built trucks had redefined motorized transport, setting the stage for their next chapter on the battlefields of World War I. By 1911, Mack was no longer the scrappy Brooklyn carriage workshop of the 1900s. That year, financier J.P. Morgan brokered a merger between the Mack brothers and Sorum Motor Truck Company, forming International Motor Company. The founding brothers soon clashed with the new management. Jack and Joseph Mack left within a year, taking their names but not their legacy. At the Allentown plants, production lines expanded, and Mack became the first manufacturer to install air cleaners and oil filters in 1918, upgrades that kept engines running in dusty conditions when competitors' trucks failed. The 1914 AB model marked Mack's first standardized production truck, a stout 4-cylinder workhorse available with either chain or worm drive. But it was the 1916 AC that truly defined Mack's legacy. Engineers gave it a blunt-nosed hood covering a 74-horsepower engine, heat-treated chassis rails, and an aluminium crankcase with inspection ports. When World War I erupted, the British Army received over 2,000 ACs. These trucks slogged through mud and artillery barrages that stopped other vehicles. Their squared-off hood and relentless performance earned them the nickname Bulldog, a symbol of tenacity. By war's end, over 4,500 ACs had served. Soldiers relied on them like steadfast guardians, often calling for rescue with the phrase, "Hey, send in the Mack Bulldogs." Back home, Mack was rewriting the rulebook. In 1920, they introduced power brakes, an industry first using vacuum boosters to control heavy loads. By 1922, the switch from chain drives to shafts eliminated maintenance headaches, while rubber isolators in the suspension smoothed punishing rides. That same year, the company rebranded as Mack Trucks Inc. to avoid confusion with the identities of International Motor Company and International Harvester Co. Visitors to Allentown found a sprawling complex, plants 3 and 4 humming with assembly lines, a dedicated parts center in New Brunswick, and new testing grounds where engineers perfected innovations. Between 1919 and 1926, Mack sales doubled to $69 million, while profits tripled. Their factories produced over 7,500 units annually. The 1927 B-Series, BG and BB models ranging from 1.5 to 8-ton capacities introduced hypoid rear axles and optional 128 horsepower engines, anticipating America's growing highway network. Over 15,000 B-Series variants rolled off the line by 1941. The 1929 stock market crash gutted the truck sales, but Mack's foundation was solid. Integrated powertrains, military-proven durability, and the Bulldog emblem, first riveted onto cabs in 1921, symbolized resilience. By 1930, Mack's Allentown factory spanned acres, producing purpose-built machines known globally for one phrase: built like a Mack truck. And as the Depression deepened, that reputation would face its toughest test yet. When the stock market crashed in 1929, Mack faced disaster. Domestic sales plummeted 75% overnight, leaving factories built for wartime production sitting half empty. But Mack adapted. In 1934, they made an agreement with struggling automaker REO to produce smaller, cheaper trucks under the Mack Jr. brand. This allowed REO to use Mack's dealer network, while Mack reached customers who couldn't afford big rigs. The Mack Jr. debuted in 1936 with REO's 6-cylinder Gold Crown engine. It wasn't a premium Mack, but it kept cash flowing. That same year, the company reorganized as Mack Manufacturing Corporation to refocus on core truck production. They also launched the E-Series, a versatile platform with models ranging from medium-duty pickups to heavy haulers. By 1951, over 78,000 E-Series trucks had rolled off the assembly lines. In 1938, Mack introduced the ED519 diesel, a major breakthrough. While competitors relied on suppliers for engines, Mack engineered their own, using Lenova combustion chambers. This design created figure-8 turbulence chambers for more efficient fuel burning, delivering 131 horsepower when most diesels struggled to reach 100. That same year, they released their smallest truck ever, the 1.5-ton ED pickup. Only 2,686 were sold, but it proved Mack's ability to adapt to any market. During the Great Depression, Mack trucks became essential to America's infrastructure. They hauled materials for the Hoover Dam and steel for the Empire State Building, earning a reputation for reliability in conditions that destroyed lesser trucks. By 1940, production had surpassed pre-Depression levels. That year also saw the debut of the L-Series, with its massive grille and expansive windshield, styling that would define Mack for decades. When Pearl Harbor was attacked in 1941, Mack shifted focus. Civilian production stopped as factories converted to military use. Their NR Series 10-ton 6x4 cargo trucks became legendary, with some slogging over 500,000 miles in North Africa without major repairs. Soldiers often credited these trucks with saving lives, like one who recalled his Mack pulling a stranded convoy out of enemy fire. Mack also built transmissions for Sherman tanks and employed thousands of women to replace enlisted men. Between 1940 and 1944, they produced over 15,000 NR Series military trucks, delivering 35,000 vehicles and components worth $3 million to Allied forces, earning the prestigious Army-Navy E Award for Excellence. When peace came in 1945, Mack faced new challenges. Factories needed reconversion while pent-up civilian demand strained supply lines. They restarted bus production immediately, with 92 units under construction by year's end. The post-war C41 series introduced improved driver comforts like better heating and ventilation while maintaining battle-tested durability. In 1950, Mack unveiled the END672 Thermodyne diesel. With 672 cubic inches of displacement, it delivered unmatched torque like the relentless strength of a Bulldog. This engine became the foundation for Mack's post-war dominance, powering America's growing highway system. As the 1950s began, Mack stood ready for its golden age, with fleet owners eager to buy trucks proven in the toughest conditions. Look at the Mack R series today, and you'll see the perfect example of 1950s optimism meeting 1970s muscle. That gleaming chrome grille and squared-off HUD represented 3 decades where Mack Trucks became the backbone of American industry. Between 1950 and 1980, Mack built trucks that redefined what heavy hauling could be. It started with the B Series in 1953, the first Mack designed specifically for America's expanding highway system. The rounded cab design was distinctive, but the real innovation lay under the hood. The Thermodyne diesel was Mack's first modern engine, featuring direct injection that boosted both power and efficiency. Unlike competitors who relied on suppliers like Cummins, Mack built their own engines, ensuring every component worked together seamlessly. That integration paid off. Over 127,000 B-Series trucks rolled off assembly lines by 1966, many still running decades later. By 1959, Mack had invested $45 million into their Hagerstown powertrain plant, where engineers developed complete drivetrains as unified systems. 2 years later, in 1961, they introduced America's only heavy-duty V8 diesel, a 255 horsepower, 864 cubic inch powerhouse designed for the toughest jobs in logging and mining. While most competitors stuck with inline-six designs, Mack pushed boundaries to meet real-world demands. The game-changer came in 1966 with the R Series. Its forward-tilting fiberglass HUD gave mechanics unprecedented access to the engine bay, while the air-ride cab and Maxodyne engine set new standards. The Maxodyne flattened the power curve, delivering consistent torque across the range. Drivers could climb hills without constant gear shifting, reducing fatigue and improving fuel economy. Before this, cross-country haulers relied on 10 or 13-speed transmissions to stay in the power band. Mack's design worked efficiently with just 5 or 6 gears, forcing competitors to rethink diesel design. By 1970, over 20% of America's heavy trucks were Macks. The 1970s brought challenges like oil crises and emissions regulations, but Mack adapted. In 1977, they debuted the Superliner, with a massive grille housing larger radiators for hotter-running engines. Their MC-MR series dominated urban applications like garbage collection. This innovation required funding, leading to a 20% stake sale to Renault in 1979. By 1980, Mack's reputation was unmatched. Their Thermodyne and Maxodyne engines proved they could innovate under pressure. The R Series showed they could build trucks that lasted generations, and their integrated systems worked like a symphony, every component in harmony, ensuring reliability and performance. The 1980s began with Mack Trucks at a crossroads. Interest rates had skyrocketed to 18%, the economy slumped into recession, and Mack's outdated Allentown factory struggled to compete. Hand-sprayed paint jobs and aging equipment couldn't keep up with modern competitors. The first major restructuring came in 1983, when Mack went public, raising capital while letting Renault expand its holding to 40%. Despite these efforts, deeper problems persisted. By 1989, Mack posted a record $184.4 million loss. The following year, Renault Véhicule Industriel acquired full control for $6.25 per share. "We had no alternative," admitted one executive about the takeover. Renault's leadership brought immediate changes. Plant closures in Canada, workforce cuts from 13,000 to 7,000, and the sale of Mack's finance division. Yet within 5 years, productivity jumped from 2.5 to 4 trucks per worker annually, a testament to the restructuring's impact. Amid the turmoil, Mack pushed forward with innovation. The 1982 MH Ultraliner featured an all-fiberglass cab reinforced with steel cages, 30% lighter than steel and resistant to corrosion. In 1988, the CH series debuted, tailored for North America's growing highway freight market. Its setback front axle improved weight distribution, making it ideal for long hauls. Engineers also prioritized fuel economy, introducing the Econovance variable injection system in 1991. That same year, the Mack's technological advancements accelerated with the VMAC, Vehicle Management and Control System. This computerized engine management allowed fleets to program performance for specific routes and loads. In 1998, the electronic unit pump replaced traditional injection pumps with individually controlled units for each cylinder, boosting efficiency while meeting stricter emission standards. Global expansion became critical as domestic markets contracted. In Australia, Mack's Richlands plant hit peak production in 1994, assembling 852 trucks annually. Right-hand drive production in Brisbane supplied 45 countries, while operations in Venezuela strengthened their South American presence. By 1998, international sales had grown 54%, making Mack America's number 2 heavy truck exporter. The 1990s also saw Mack redefine its vocational trucks. The 1994 LE Refuse model optimized garbage collection with easier driver access and improved visibility. 2 years later, the CL series expanded the CH platform with a longer hood for better engine access. In 1999, the Vision Highway tractor introduced enhanced aerodynamics and driver comfort, previewing Mack's 21st century direction. By 2000, Mack marked its 100th anniversary with limited edition Vision trucks, celebrating a century of innovation. Market share rebounded to 13.3%, proving that even after financial storms, the Bulldog could still bite. With Volvo's backing, Mack entered the new millennium, ready to face fresh challenges while preserving its iconic identity. The next chapter would test whether a century-old American icon could thrive under Swedish ownership while keeping its distinct identity intact. When Volvo acquired Mack for $1.8 billion in December 2000, it marked a pivotal moment in the company's history. This wasn't just a corporate transaction. It was the start of Mack's transformation from an independent American icon into a global force with Scandinavian support. The deal also gave Renault a 20% stake in Volvo's truck division, while Mack gained access to advanced technology and international markets, setting the stage for its evolution. A major turning point came in 2008 when Mack relocated its headquarters from Allentown, Pennsylvania, its home for over a century, to Greensboro, North Carolina. This move strategically placed Mack's leadership alongside Volvo Trucks North America, streamlining operations while maintaining its Pennsylvania manufacturing roots. The Lehigh Valley operations facility in Macungie continues to build every Class 8 Mack truck sold in North America, while the Hagerstown plant produces engines and transmissions tailored to Mack's needs. These facilities embody the company's legacy, even as its focus shifts toward the future. Electrification became Mack's defining challenge in the 21st century. Tightening emission regulations drove up diesel engine development costs, but Mack responded decisively. In December 2021, the LR Electric debuted, a fully electric refuge truck delivering 448 continuous horsepower and 4,051 pound-foot of torque instantly. Unlike competitors' prototypes, it was production-ready from day one. New York City sanitation crews reported the trucks outperformed diesel models in torque and operated nearly silently, proving that electrification could enhance performance without compromising reliability. Traditional trucks, however, remain central to Mack's identity. The 27 Anthem highway tractor introduced fuel efficiency upgrades and driver comfort inspired by Volvo's global designs, while retaining Mack's rugged aesthetic. The 2025 Pioneer took this further, with an aerodynamic profile improving fuel economy by 11%, and a new MP13 engine delivering 505 horsepower with greater efficiency. Volvo's ownership also brought cutting-edge connectivity. The Guard Dog Connect system, launched in the early 2010s, monitors trucks in real time, alerting drivers and service centers to potential issues before breakdowns occur. By 2024, over 200,000 Mack trucks were connected through this network, supported by the Mack Uptime Center in Greensboro. where technicians diagnose problems remotely and dispatch repair teams proactively. Mack's evolution bridges its storied past with a bold future. The chrome Bulldog still stands proudly on every hood, now symbolizing both tradition and innovation. From century-old military trucks to autonomous haulers, Mack proves that even a legacy brand can lead the way when the road ahead demands change. That chrome Bulldog perched on Mack radiators is a battle-tested symbol born in the mud of World War I. In 1917, British soldiers watched Mack AC trucks haul artillery through the brutal European trenches that swallowed lesser vehicles. The blunt-nosed herd and unyielding performance reminded them of their national mascot, the Bulldog. They shouted, "Send in the Mack Bulldogs," not as a nickname, but as a tribute to the truck's grit under fire. By 1921, Mack began bolting Bulldog emblems onto cab sides, and when the company rebranded as Mack Trucks Inc. in 1922, the dog became its official symbol. The Bulldog's design took shape in 1932, when Chief Engineer Alfred Massery, recovering from surgery, carved the first hood ornament from a bar of soap. His patent design wasn't just decorative, it doubled as a grip for lifting heavy hoods. Early versions were zinc die-cast with chrome plating, though wartime shortages forced painted steel substitutes. The details carried meaning. Gold plating marked trucks with all Mack components, while chrome signaled some outsourced parts. Even in its earliest form, the Bulldog was more than an emblem, it was a working part of the truck. Over the decades, the Bulldog evolved but never lost its essence. The 1947 redesign softened its lines, frustrating purists, but Massery's original vision endured. The tilted head and functional stance remained, and on cab-over-engine models, mechanics used the ornament as a handhold for washing windshields. Each iteration balanced form and function, ensuring the Bulldog stayed true to its roots. Today, the Bulldog reflects Mack's technological evolution. Copper versions signify electric models like the LR refuse truck, while limited editions feature blacked-out designs. At the Mack Museum in Allentown, visitors can see every variation, from the 1930s zinc castings to modern copper EV badges. Collectors prize vintage ornaments, with original 1930s pieces fetching over $200 at auctions. The Bulldog's reach extends beyond trucking, appearing on keychains, paperweights, and even veteran memorials, symbolizing persistence and resilience. Modern Macks, equipped with autonomous features and electric powertrains, still wear the Bulldog. Workers at the Makunji factory polish chrome ornaments for diesel rigs, while copper versions await electric models. The Bulldog remains an unyielding guardian, adapting to new challenges without losing its grit. Whether chrome or copper, every Bulldog tilts its head at Massery's precise angle, watchful, stubborn, and ready for whatever lies ahead. The Mack Pioneer Highway tractor hitting roads in 2025 represents a bold step forward for the company, blending tradition with cutting-edge innovation. Its aggressive windshield angle and optional digital mirrors improve fuel efficiency by 1%, contributing to an overall 11% gain compared to previous models, a critical edge as diesel prices remain unpredictable. The repositioned Bulldog emblem, now integrated between air takes, serves as both a functional element and a nod to Mack's enduring legacy. Inside, driver comfort takes center stage, with dual armrest seats and push-button starts, features shaped by feedback from Virginia Tech. The 76-inch Sleeper's Flex Suite system transforms living space, underscoring Mack's commitment to operator needs. Electrification marks a leap from muscle to mind, redefining what trucks can do. The LR electric refuse truck, already in use in cities like New York and Miami, delivers 4,051 foot-pound of torque from a standstill, outperforming diesel on steep routes. Building on this, the MD electric bucket truck combines Mack's MD7 chassis with an Optima HR55 aerial device, offering practical range and payload for real-world job sites. Buyers can choose between 2 battery systems for 140 miles or 3 for 230, a flexibility that reflects Mack's $14.5 million investment in its Roanoke Valley plant to meet growing EV demand. Connectivity ties these advancements together. Over 200,000 trucks now use GuardDog Connect, predicting maintenance issues before breakdowns occur. The My Mack app adds convenience, letting drivers check fluid levels or preheat cabs remotely. Over-the-air updates ensure software stays current without trips to the dealer, while data streams to the Mack Uptime Center, where technicians monitor fleets 24/7. Less downtime means higher profits, a simple equation that resonates with fleet owners. Regulatory pressures add urgency. EPA Phase 3 rules demand steep emissions cuts by 2027, while California targets 100% zero-emission truck sales by 2035. Mack's response balances immediate gains, like the Pioneer's fuel savings, with long-term strategies, including a Monterrey, Mexico factory set to produce both diesel and electric rigs by 2026. Yet challenges persist. Electric trucks cost nearly twice as much up front, despite lower operating expenses. Through it all, the Bulldog emblem endures, now in copper for electric models. It's a symbol of continuity, bridging diesel's legacy with the promise of electrification. From Alfred Masseri's first soap carving in 1932 to today's holographic displays, the Bulldog remains watchful, ready, and unyielding, a reminder that tomorrow's breakthroughs are built on yesterday's grit. Think about this. From those wooden wagons in Brooklyn to today's electric semis, Mack's journey mirrors America's industrial evolution. Engines, materials, and even ownership have changed, but the original toughness remains. Today, Pioneers roll off assembly lines, while LR Electrics haul garbage in New York, all under the Bulldog emblem named by British soldiers in 1917. Every truck embodies a legacy of resilience, from building skyscrapers to winning wars to driving innovation. So next time you see one rumbling past, look closer. That's not just a truck, it's a symbol of persistence. The Bulldog's still here. Where will it go next?